So I know you guys are seeing this title and you're thinking, why are you talking about Birdman? I know, first of all, guys, there's a couple reasons I'm talking about Birdman. If you guys know, I recently got Birdman on Blu-ray. I literally just finished rewatching it, and after rewatching it, I have completely new thoughts about this movie. I came up with an analysis when I reviewed the movie the first time. However, after watching it a second time, I realized that analysis is complete bullshit, and I had no idea what I was talking about, and I'm going to talk about what I now feel about the movie. That is why this is called Birdman Re-Explored. That is what this is. This is not a review of the movie, okay? It's not a review of the movie, except for the fact that I fucking love this movie now, and I still thought it was a masterpiece, but some of the things I didn't realize that this is now my favorite movie of 2014 is now a three-way tie between this, Birdman, and Boyhood. That's how good this movie, this Whiplash and Boyhood, that's how good this movie is. And there's so many things I didn't realize about this movie that I really want to talk about. So that's why this is called Birdman Re-Explored. I'm going to talk about some things I did not notice initially in the movie. Now, I first want to talk about Birdman. Now, and again, guys, full spoilers if you guys have not seen Birdman. If you haven't, you are doing yourself a disservice. It is an amazing movie. Go check it out now. I mean, it's a red Blu-ray case. How often do you see a red Blu-ray case? Never. That's how good this is. But let me explain something about Birdman. Okay, so I initially thought Birdman was Regan's conscience, basically. I thought that's what it was supposed to represent. So it was supposed to be Regan's conscience. However, after watching the movie, I have no idea what I was talking about. Birdman is not Regan's conscience. He is simply how Regan views himself. Regan at his highest point. Sort of Regan's temptation in a way. And is he actually seeing Birdman? No. What he is thinking back to is, he is thinking back to the times as Birdman because that is his best point. That is when he was at his happiest point. That is when he was the most happy with himself, and he wants to get back to that character. I think that is why he sees Birdman so much in this movie. I think that's why he keeps going back to Birdman, and I think that's the reason why Birdman keeps influencing him. And the reasons why, think about Regan as a person. He will flout out, like, the whole scene with the critic and everything. Just the way that Birdman acted, it's pretty much how Regan acted, and that's basically because Birdman is Regan. Birdman is Regan when he is the most happy. And some of the things I did not realize, by the way, I really want to talk about this, is the importance of Sam. Now, when I first watched this movie, I don't know what the hell happened, but somehow I missed an entire middle portion of this movie. Because I rewatched this movie and I'm like, I don't remember this scene. When was this scene in the movie? Where was this? I don't remember this. That's because I somehow missed the middle portion of this movie. Yet I still loved it, and I don't know why. That's probably why my analysis is not good. Because my analysis is so much better now, because now I realize something about the movie. You see, after watching it, I focused more on Sam's character because I realized that Sam is actually the second most important character in Birdman. And the reason why she's so important is because a lot of the movie, in my opinion, is Regan trying to connect with Sam. Yes, he's trying to connect with his wife. Yes, he's trying to connect with everyone in the show and trying to give a good performance and everything. But for most of the movie, he is trying to connect with his daughter. His daughter thinks he is completely crazy and is completely low life and is just very pretentious and things like that. But the whole movie, she eventually realizes what he's going through when she sees him in that hospital bed. And she sees how happy he is. And again, eventually he connects with her, but let me talk about the ending, because I thought that the ending meant that he was at his happiest point. And I still will say yes, it is that he is at his happiest point. But it's not because he was just happy because he was happy. He was happy because finally his daughter understands him. And when you are like that, when you are at your happiest point, you feel like you're on top of the world. Him flying out the window, no, he did not actually fly out the window. Him flying out the window is symbolizing that he is at his happiest point and that he is on top of the world because his daughter now understands him. And he can connect with her as well as he can connect with anyone else. And I love that about the movie. And the look on her face knows that he's not crazy, and that he is sane, and that he is a good dad, and that she can connect with him. I really feel that's what the ending of this movie is really trying to show, is that their bonding is back, and that Regan, she now understands him, and it makes him happy. That's really what was missing from his life, was his daughter did not understand him, and she thought that Mike was a better person than Regan was. You know, she'd rather be with Mike, and I think she'd rather be with Mike because Mike is the complete opposite of Regan. You know, Mike thinks that he's the best, like, broad Broadway actor ever. He thinks that he owns the world. He's a douchebag, okay? He's an asshole, he's a douchebag, and he basically thinks he's on top of the world. So you have Regan, though, who is much more confident and really will tell you an honest viewing of a film and really is passionate about those things. While Mike is just there to be in Broadway shows and just is a very talented actor, but he's kind of a jerk. So I thought that was really good about his character as well. Another thing I want to touch on about this movie that I didn't realize initially when watching it is the style of the movie. Really, the style of the movie. I never really talked about it in my initial review. One of the things I love about this movie is the style. I'm going to talk about why I love the style of this movie so much. Because the style of this movie is not your average movie. It cuts back to Birdman and Regan, and there are reasons why it does that. The reason I think it cuts back to Birdman and Regan is because it's showing Regan's different emotions. The scene with the action scene, that is when Regan is, I mean, there's a whole scene where Regan completely flips out on Birdman. And that's because he's flipping out on himself. He's upset with himself. And any scene where he's flipping out on Birdman, or he's upset or anything, or how he reacts to something with Birdman, he's talking to himself. He's reacting to himself. It's his inner emotion. That's really what Birdman is. Birdman is his inner emotion, because Birdman was what everyone remembers him as. And of course he's going to think about Birdman. Of course he's going to think about his highest point. And Birdman was his highest point, and that is why he's fantasizing about Birdman. And I think the movie portrayed that in a very good way, and something I really enjoyed about the movie, definitely, I thought was really good. I also didn't realize how funny this movie is, because this movie is fucking hilarious. The thing with the critic and everything, he is so honest with that, and I love that about the movie. Thought that was great, and the fact that he convinced that critic to give the play a great review was awesome. He really gave for a second look and made her realize, look, you gotta judge the movie. You gotta watch the movie before you judge it. I mean, when I watch the movie, I agree with him. When I watch a movie, I'm completely honest. And yes, sometimes when I do my Letterboxd reviews, I will review it when I'm like 20 minutes in, but that's because I already know how I feel about it. And I think with Regan, definitely that makes sense. You can't just think a movie's gonna be bad and just prepare to bash it. If it's a bad movie, you know it's gonna be bad. But you have to talk about the good qualities. You can't just completely, fully bash a movie. And I love that Regan says that to Tabitha, because she definitely deserves that bashing that she gets, because she is a critic that is just pretty pretentious and is just using big words to use big words. And Chris Stuckman said this, and I rewatched Chris Stuckman's review, and it really just made me think about a lot of things, definitely, and I really like the movie did that. And if you guys want to talk about Birdman and want to go more in depth with it, I recommend you check out that review, because I think it's a very good review. But overall, guys, it's basically me talking about me re-exploring Birdman and how much more I love the movie now. In fact, after watching the movie, I wanted to watch it again. That's how much I really love Birdman. It just made me realize how much I love it. And the things that I love about the movie before, I still love it. I think that I want Michael Keaton to win Best Actor now. Without a doubt, he needs to win Best Actor. I am sorry, he completely blew me away this time. And Emma Stone, supporting actress, yes, I personally feel Emma Stone should win it. I'm going to be honest. I think that Patricia Arquette was great, but Emma Stone, after this movie, yes, she needs to win for Best Supporting Actress. She was great. And I still love the cinematography, directing, everything. Everything I said that I love about the first movie. And of course, the whole thing with just the struggle of putting on a show and how annoying it is, that's great as well. So many things that I love about the movie, and even more things I love. And that's one of the things I love. And I want to do more of these re-explored videos, but I think Birdman really is one of the first movies that when I rewatched, I have a completely different opinion of it. And I completely think differently of it. Now, it's not completely different because, as I said, most of the things I said in my original review, I still agree with. Minus my analysis, which is complete bullshit now because I have a completely different view of the film. And I honestly feel that if you guys watch this movie and you did do an analysis on it, rewatch it and take a second look, because it actually makes you change your opinion. If you were not as focused on the movie, or you were not as into the movie, which I was into the movie, but something weird happened and I just missed the second half of the movie, I don't know what it was, but if something weird happened in the movie, or if you don't remember the movie as much like I did, in fact, again, there were scenes I didn't remember, so if you don't remember the movie as much, then I encourage you, watch this movie again and do a video talking about Birdman Revisited, because it's one of those films you have to take a second look at and you will enjoy the movie more, and I think it just makes you love the movie more, and that's one of the reasons why I love Birdman even more than I did before. And I definitely want it to win a lot at the Oscars, definitely. Screenplay, you betcha I want it to win. Definitely. It deserves all that stuff. But that's basically it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of Birdman. Do you agree with my analysis now that I revisited it? I definitely feel that my analysis is a lot better than it initially was. I just want to do this video because I definitely feel very different about Birdman now. And I thought that I need to do more of these. I definitely want to do more of these. In fact, if you guys have a video for a movie review that I've done that you think I should take a second look at, I definitely feel that I should do that. I mean, I might do with Whiplash, I might do with several other movies. But Birdman's really the first one to make me feel this way, so that's why I did initially, but I might do with other movies. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys in the next video, which again will be for the Oscars. I know I keep making all these videos, but you know what, guys? I had to make this video, so, okay, bye.